Alright, so we're in the studio today. We're going to be recording part of our next EP. The song's called Weatherman. This is Wes Barton, our drummer. And Preston, which is our recording engineer and bassist for the group. So we're going to first talk with Preston just about mic placements and how he kind of prefers to mic up the kits, especially for this upcoming tune that we're going to be doing. So Preston?
On this song we were wanting to have something with a little bit more of an old school vibe, a little bit more of a Motown sound, a little drier, close mic, a little tighter sound, and for that I thought the Audix set would work really well. Really they're a great overall company for putting together mic packages for the drum kit, and
these are the D series.
Yeah, the D series. I'm sure you've probably heard of them. If you see down here inside of the kick, we're using the D6. That's definitely one of my favorite kick mics. Sounds great, but it's one of those you can almost just throw up anywhere and get a good tone. I specifically wanted a little bit more snap on this song, so you can see I'm getting it pretty close to the beater head and a little bit pretty much directly on. And then to supplement that, we're using the Yamaha sub kick, and the sub kick is actually just a loudspeaker with the polarity reversed. And it grabs just a lot of the low end thud, so it kind of helps fill out the round low end, but you don't really get much else outside of that. Then on his high tom here, we're using D2, and the D2 is a great sounding tom mic, and we generally like to have it an inch or so off of the head and pointing towards the center area. And D4s we're using on the lower toms, and they have a slightly different voicing that works well for the lower toms. And I like to have those more like 2 inches off the head, and again pointing towards the center. Great thing about the Audix is their placement. If you pan down here underneath the cymbal, they're real low profile, so you can get them underneath cymbals really well and around kits that are hard and tightly packed and hard to mic. Luckily here, Wes is pretty easy. He keeps his cymbals a little higher than most, so that makes it easier.
Yep.
Another one of the Audix mics, the i5, we're using for underneath the snare, bottom of the snare. And I think that it's got a very open sound, a little bit more open than your typical, let's say, SM57. And I like to get that extra open sound with the snares underneath there. I think that's a great sounding snare mic for top and bottom. Although we decided to choose the Rode NT5 for the top, and that's a large diaphragm condenser tube mic, and we wanted to have a little bit more of that fat sound on this song, and so we decided to throw that one up. And then let's see, over here on the hi-hat we're using a CAD 95. They don't even make those anymore, and honestly that's a mic I like to use for live vocals.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
It's the Ludwig.
The Ludwig?
She will be mine.
Isn't that the Ludwig? The Ludwig
She will be
snare.
mine.
Oh. Stop looking at my schnitzel, Preston.